Hi everyone, I'm just making sure this is sitting right. How are you going today? How is everyone? I want to make sure that it's not going to be too bright this time, and I missed everyone last week. There wasn't many on the Art by Mirree community last week. I missed everyone. Where was everybody at? There's like only 1 week now left of Christmas. Well, it's not Christmas just yet. I was actually watching some movies that were featuring Christmas already. Can you believe it? And it's not even Christmas in July yet. Like we're only just starting May, so but yeah, that's pretty much how quick time can fly by, especially now that we're getting almost very close to the halfway mark. I hope everybody's had a wonderful week last week. We're starting a brand new week, and if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Mirree, and I am the artist behind all the artworks that you see on my social media pages. In my usual practice, I normally paint up to 50 to 100 paintings per year, but I've been keeping a lot of the paintings that I've been painting this year, doing them a bit on the sneaky side and on the quiet scene. So if you have though been keeping up to my social media pages, then you will be seeing a lot of the progress of my paintings that I've been sneakily doing at the moment. And so we spoke about last week, I'm not sure if you saw the latest video on the life changes, ours to do with major life changes, and how not many people talk about life changes as such. And so it's kind of like a topic that's not really talked about very often. And so so then when we are faced with something like that in our lives, it tends to go under the radar, or we tend to hide it within ourselves. And so it's not something that's celebrated very often, and so we tend to go through major life changes like that on the silent. And so, but why do we have to do that? It's kind of like something that everybody goes through. It's a fact of life. And so I wanted to kind of I had done the original story for that one, like I think it was 10 or more years ago. And so even today, like I was saying, those 10 years ago, it's still not something that's talked about very often. And so during our everyday work weeks or our everyday lives. And so yeah, if you haven't read the story about that one, I highly recommend it. I have another story that's coming out very soon that is a brand new story. And so it's going to be interesting to see if that's also another topic that's not talked about very much. And so I also wanted to shout out to all the misfits and the weirdos and the non-conformists and the black sheets of the family and the odd one out and the wackadoodles and the mavericks that are here on my channel, because I welcome you all. Anyone that has a different view or opinion that they would like to share, then I most welcome it, because that's what I'm all about. And I like to be a bit of a progressive thinker, and so I'm not someone that likes being still. Obviously I like being still in being able to relax and have a good time and that sort of thing. But I'm also someone that likes to be on the cutting edge of innovation and and just be progressive overall in what I like, in the topics that I love to speak about. And a lot of the topics I love to speak about is to do with anything that is that enables us to be more expressive in our lives. You know, obviously I'm an artist, and so I like being expressive through my storytelling and through my videos and through my artwork. And you know, a lot of the time it's always about topics that people aren't really that's not really that popular. And so for me, I feel like it's something that's important to all of us, and something that's very grounding and centering in our lives, because I feel like there's so much not only negativity around, but I also feel like there's so much out there in the world that's basically junk. And so yeah, that is why I love talking about the topics that I love talking about in my art and in my storytelling. So I hope that you love it also, and I'm always looking for ways to improve myself, to improve my art, and to improve you know, basically what I'm about. And I hope that my art is inspiring to you guys, and is healing also, and is helping you to express who you are in your unique way, because nobody is the same. And so yeah, well, every week I pull out 3 cards of the Dreamtime card deck, and this is the Dreamtime card deck if you're new here. And I created this card deck back in 2016 from the collection of larger original paintings I was doing. That's not only connected to my culture, but it was also about you know, healing any division or isolation in relation to culture. And it was also not only to do with my Aboriginal heritage, but also to do with the past meets present, and the animals within Australia, and how they have affected the Aboriginal history, you know, or Australian history that's also related to our culture in Australia, here in Australia. And it's about, you know, topics also that relate to relationships, career, cycles of life, transformation, and much more. And so you know, sometimes when we're going through troubled times or uncertainty, it's great to have like you know, a light that can guide us during those kind of times, and keeping us inspired and positive as well. And at the moment we're in a waning gibbous moon. On the Saturday we had like a full moon, and so now as I'm shooting this on a Sunday afternoon, we're in a waning gibbous moon, and that will last up until Saturday. And so yeah, it's been a long time since we've only had like 2 cycles within 1 week. Normally we have 3 or 4. And so yeah, I hope that for you this week is going to be nice and still, so that you can just integrate everything that's been happening at this time. And also, like, this week is important to focus on gratitude while we're going through the waning gibbous moon. And so a good exercise to do is to write in your journal, to make a list about the things that you feel really grateful for, and to focus on any ideas or intentions that you may have that you might just want to write down. And allow yourself to use this time also to get organized. And so the week is going to be starting the 4th of May and running until the 10th. Next weekend is Mother's Day, and so I've created a little link that's got some great Mother's Day gift ideas. Or maybe you just want to give a gift to somebody, a female that you feel has greatly impacted your life, and you want to say thank you, you know. And so that's what, you know, now's a good time to take that action and do that. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description box for anyone that hasn't got their Mother's Day present, or a present that they're looking for, a special female in their life. And I'm going to leave the link in the description box. And yeah, this week is the last week in order for me to send any gifts out so that you can receive them on time before Mother's Day, which is on the 10th of May. And so yeah, the last day, which is on a Sunday, is going to be a third quarter moon. And the third quarter moon represents being focusing on forgiveness, which we can do that through not only our journaling, but forgiveness is a good one to do when maybe we want to do some meditation. And so we want to do a letting go to do with a forgiveness ritual through meditation. Maybe someone has done us wrong, or maybe we feel like we want to forgive ourselves for anything that's happened in the past, or any wrong decisions that we've made. Because in doing this, it's important that we're not being so harsh on ourselves all the time. And you know, it's so easy to fall into that you know, mindset of being really harsh on ourselves for the things that we've done to other people. You know, if maybe we haven't said sorry to the people that that we've done wrong by. And so, you know, Sunday is the 10th of May is a good time to do that. Even if you know, forgiveness is forgiving your mum. So and whoever it might be. I know that I've had to forgive my mum in a certain stage of my life. And so you know, nobody's perfect, and everyone is here experiencing their own journey and going through hard times. Nobody is perfect. And you know, I found this week was very challenging and tiring, you know, which obviously the camel tells us that whenever we get the camel, and it's telling us to trust. I am trust. When I give myself the strength to keep going with my goals, I trust that I will reach my end result regardless of any challenge. Because when we feel like this, we feel hopeless. We feel like we're never going to reach our goal. We're never going to reach our dream, you know. And maybe we've been striving for our dream for months. Maybe we've been striving all weeks. Maybe we've even been striving for our goal for years, like I have. And so yeah, sometimes it's not so easy to keep positive, or it's not so easy to be inspired by your dreams when it's been so long. And so you know, it's just telling us not to give up hope, and to keep positive, and just to keep going, you know. And no matter how tired we feel. The other card we got was I am balancing. When life gets too much, I know I can easily organize my week at the end of the day to enable me to feel balanced and in harmony with my own rhythm. And it was also letting us know that, you know, to give ourselves some time and some space if we're feeling like there's anything that we're needing to heal or release from the past, any emotional wounds from the past. And you know, if you read inside the guidebook, especially to do with this one, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Because you know, it's about the balancing act between all the different versions of our life, and you know, realizing that there's something there that we're needing to release. And so we also got the I am resting card, which, you know, normally I get a good rest during this week when we get this card, but I didn't this week. And so yeah, I am resting when I focus on myself and allow my spirit to rest. I'm recharging and revitalizing my spiritual energy, which connects to the very heart of my culture. And so sometimes you know, people aren't always very kind to us, and you know, no matter you know, if we're trying to be a positive role model for others or not, sometimes there's just people that like to hate on other people, and that's pretty much part of who they are, and they won't change, those kinds of people. And so it's important to protect ourselves during times like that. And I always find that when there is people like that around, your sleep may get disturbed, or there's just little telltale signs like that. And so you know, I've been online for a number of years now, and so I've been able to had the experience and the years to go by to enable me to pick up the signs and the messages to do with when people aren't being very nice behind my back, whether, you know, I know about it or not. I don't really need to know, you know, precisely who it is or anything, but I know that everybody basically has those kind of difficult situations at times. You know, I'm not, you know, it's not just me, but, you know, I really think it's important to talk about it, and which is can be really helpful to you. And I wanted to show you, every week I cleanse my cards and myself, and with Cento Palo wood, or another word is sacred wood. And because it's really hard to burn, you know, using tea candle can be really can help to burn it, because you need to burn it for a little while in order to get that smoke that you need. And so you know, I find that not just that, but other ways, like also I have eucalyptus leaves I like using as well, and you can use incense too. And so because that helps in raising your vibration. And so yeah, I love using those kind of spiritual tools in order to keep my field clean and clear, and this creates a lot of clarity for me in my work, in the messages that I receive through the animals and, you know, the Holy Spirit. And so yeah, I just wanted to let you know about that, in case you know, you're experiencing any of that as well. And so let's get to it, and I want to let's see the animals that were going to be guiding us this week. And I really hope that, you know, that these videos are helping you. I really appreciate everyone being here, and thank you for all the likes and subscribes and shares. Please comment and like on this video if it's helped you, as your presence here is really appreciated and supported on Art by Mirree community. YouTube, I was gonna say Facebook, but yeah, YouTube. But yeah, if you want to connect with me on socials, you know, I welcome everybody, and it's nice to hear and see you here, and I really appreciate you. And let's have a look and see the animals that are going to be guiding us this week. Because, you know, it was a challenging week, and I'm sure that you would have had some challenges as well, not just me. And so yeah, let's focus on having a positive and a successful week this week. If you've got your card deck, or maybe you haven't got yours yet, or you can get yours now for $49 in my online store, and it comes with the 100-page booklet, and you've got your glossy cards, and it comes in a little box. So let's have a look and see the three animals and cards that are going to be guiding us this week. And we're asking Holy Spirit to give us the guidance that we need, so that we can have a really nice week together in celebrating life and celebrating our unique selves. You know, it doesn't matter how different that we are, that's what makes you who you are. And so we're celebrating all of you here on Art by Mirree community and YouTube. And the first card that we drew out this week is with Koala and Baby. I am allowing, when I share with others to let them know my needs, I allow myself to be completely supported by life. You know, it's not a weakness to tell people how, if you're struggling or if you're going through hard or tough times, you know, it's actually very courageous to do that, and that shows your strength. It doesn't actually show your weakness, it shows your strength. And so there is a deep yearning to be supported and loved in life from friends, family, and those who genuinely care about us and that we've genuinely grown close to. But if we're not open to receiving this level of support unintentionally, we could be shutting the door on support from people that could be potentially helping you right now. And so it's important that community love coming from a group, or whether it's friends, family, or social, is giving you the physical support that you need right now. Be brave enough to receive this. Unconditional love is also coming from someone significant. If not already there, then be ready to receive this from someone that's coming your way, and be open and ready to receive it. The purpose of this support allows you to grow and further understand the meaning behind unconditional love. It may not be clear to you now, but it soon will be. The action step this week to do with the Koala and Baby, the most important qualities that you can give yourself right now is to have the courage to forgive yourself and release hate and move on to something better. As I was saying to you before about people that you know, thrive on hating others and spreading that hate around, you know, it's not the way to live your life by doing that. It doesn't serve you and it doesn't prove anything. All it is doing is hurting yourself by doing that. It's not actually hurting the other person, it's hurting yourself. And so you know, as I said, that Sunday's a perfect time on the 10th to do any forgiveness rituals and to do with this, and just free your heart of any hate that may be there from the past. And so spend some time that may be connected to somebody that was like that. And we don't always know till later if someone is like that. You know, if you're like me, then you can pick it up pretty quickly, but you may not pick it up very quickly, and so it may take you a lot longer to pick something like that up. But it's important to spend some time with those that you love in order to open up to the level of support that you're needing right now. So the negative is anger, hate, and suspicious. So be brave so that you can experience unconditional love more, and be easy on yourself. Forgive yourself. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. So let's have a look and see the next card that we're going to be drawing out. That's guiding us this week is the Holy Spirit. And the next card is, we got the bee. And so I am grateful with ancestral bee when I acknowledge the magic and pure divine force and love that is within me. I feel blessed. I'm grateful for everything in my life. And this is what I was talking about by focusing on the you know, that divine love within you. When you focus on that more, you know, more comes to do with the blessings that this part of yourself is bringing to you, and that is in you already right now. And it also tells us about you know, it's like what I said to you to do with the moon phases. It's all about gratitude this week. And so yeah, it's very clear and opened up to us this week about the messages that we're needing to hear, which is about forgiveness and about being grateful, and you know, and seeing those as at the forefront of our day in everything that we do. And you know, that just helps us to simplify our week and to have a week that's you know, full of clarity, when we can reduce down all the noise. And you know, that's the kind of week that we want to have. The ancestors of bees were wasps, and they can be first found in fossil formations within amber, which are 56 million years ago. You know, take a moment to just think about that and how much of a miracle of life that is. Gosh, some parts of bee DNA date back as far as 2,500 million years ago, as evidenced by traces of DNA found in the Eyre Peninsula of South Australia, and that's just one example. Australian bees are very hairy and fast flying. There is a hidden treasure that's guiding you to take a huge leap forward into the unknown. So make the magic of your light stronger and expand it out into the world. Your life's filled with the magic of your newfound nectar. And is there a point in your life that you remember the simple and most pleasurable things in your life? It's time to bring it back now in order to overcome any adversity that you may be experiencing, as the bee represents aspects and qualities of ourselves which we learn about over time. So learning about ourselves can be like uncovering a treasure trove of information and can guide us into the decisions that we make so that we can evolve in the best and highest possible way. So the action step this week is to experience the simple things in life is like a state of mind we want to get back to, or maybe we've been trying to reach this for some time. This was a time for us where there were no restrictions or conditions placed upon us. This is what nature teaches us to remember again, teaching us to harmonize our life, balance out the pain we experienced when we began to grow into an adult. When we can understand our pain more, we become closer to reaching this state of mind again, simply because the pain is no longer controlling our lives and we become free from its restrictions. I certainly think this is worth striving for, and maybe you spent some time last week in meditation to release any wounds or pains from the past. And if you did, then you know, maybe a majority of your life is about was about experiencing that pain. Well, you know, B is about like saying that it's important now to balance out that pain with more positive experiences, and to welcome those positive experiences and to look forward to those positive experiences in our life, and to be sure not to taint any new experiences with those negative experiences from the past. And so you could be feeling negative, unwilling, disappointment, or feeling hopeless, and so yeah, that's not a permanent state. That's just a state that you're moving through at this point in time. And so because you can move on to something better. And so the positive is feeling confident, taking charge, and recognizing your own magic, and how you can steer that into the most positive and best light during this time. And so we've got some really positive cards this week, and so let's have a look and see what our solution card is with the Holy Spirit guiding us. I'm really stoked about these cards. When we can have less distortion happening, and use the elements to kind of clear any distortion. You know, it's like we can have like a smoother week energetically, and you know, that's all we could hope for, really, isn't it? So let's have a look and see our solution card. Wow. I am empowered with the Karawang. When I go beyond any painful memories I've experienced, I become enlightened. This makes me happy and I'm empowered. So our solution card, you know, when it's like, sometimes, you know, we can get stuck on situations or memories or experiences that we've had from the past, and so it's hard to kind of like, you know, jump over that hurdle so that we can then get to the good parts, you know, because maybe we haven't got to the good parts yet, and or maybe you have, but only little bits and pieces, and maybe they haven't lasted very long. And so, you know, we want to get to the good parts, and we want to be able to stabilize those parts a lot more in our life. And so, yeah, I mean, that's what being empowered is, and being able to take the reins of our life in those directions, because maybe we haven't been able to take the reins in the past, and so that's why we've experienced a lot of negative experiences. And so yeah, and Currawong is one of the new cards that were brought out in this limited edition deck. And so if you've purchased previously the Dreamtime card deck, then you won't have these new animals in the new in your old card deck. And so the purpose of having these new animals in this limited edition deck was to have that focus to do with the past and how it's actually playing out in our lives to do with our future or our now. And so yeah, it's like taking like, you know, we may take 2 or 3 steps forward, and then we take another step back, or another 2 steps forward, and we take another 2 steps back, or another 3 steps forward, another step back. And so yeah, that's how it can be at times when we're dealing with things from the past. And you know, it's sometimes also like being in a wash machine you know, and it's like, oh yeah, this is great, you know. And you know, the energy is great if you're in a good mood and you're feeling happy, and then all of a sudden you're going the other way, and it's like, oh gosh, I'm starting to feel sick, you know. I'm trying to keep positive, but it's hard, and you know, and so yeah, it's kind of like that. So you know, it's not you know, it's not always straightforward. So you know, we can't control anything that's outside of ourselves, by the way. We can only control what's to do with ourselves. And so there's no use trying to control the situation or control other people, because that's not going to work either. And so are you afraid to feel? The past could be trying to show you something. This feeling is your indicator, telling you that there is part of yourself that is connected to the past, that is trying to show you something important. There is something from the past that is unresolved, which is trying to tell you an important message. The Currawong teaches us about lessons from the past. Has there been some reoccurring themes or mistakes or problems that have cropped up to show you something important that you may not have realized that you missed from before? Currawong will help you show you the way to what that is. You are becoming more empowered in your ability to live a new life through new beginnings which hold no ties to the past. So try to remember to take baby steps when moving forward. And this is what I was trying to tell you to do with the baby steps. Being patient with yourself will take you to your ultimate goal. So being patient, because you might feel like, this is taking ages. You may feel angry, or you may feel hurt, like, oh, what do I have to do to try to get to my goal or to my dream, you know? And so these are the things that could be coming up. So the purpose of Currawong dreaming is to teach you about memories from the past that had control over your life, but they don't have control now. And so you're becoming enlightened, knowing about the truth of this, so that you can steer yourself in a new direction, which makes you feel more empowered and happy. And so yeah, it may take some time to sink in about what I'm talking about, and you know, you may want to watch this several times. So the action step this week is you're going to thrive by taking action to push yourself out of the situation which is making you feel afraid, fearful, and moving forward, so that goals do not result in going side to side. Allow yourself to be the light that pushes through any darkness or pain away. And so yeah, you are thriving at this time because you're pushing yourself to take action every single time, even when you don't feel like it, even when you feel tired, even when you feel negative, even when you feel like no one's supporting you, even when you feel like you want to give up. And so yeah, that's what Kurrawong is helping us to be empowered and to be your own cheerleader. And the negative, you could be feeling afraid, you could be feeling fearful, or you know, you may just feel like life's on repeat all the time and feeling lost, or you just have a lack of confidence. And so you can always turn that around by being empowered and light and taking baby steps, starting over and being courageous. And so yeah, these are the 3 cards that we pulled out this week to do with the 4th of May running until the 10th, with koala and baby. Allow yourself to open up to any support that's coming in from groups or from people or from individuals or family members, or you know, people that you're developing relationships during this time, you know, and allow yourself to receive the level of support that you're needing right now, so you're not doing things alone. The other card we got was with Ancestral B. I am grateful. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for letting us know these messages that we're really needing to know at this time. Gosh, it's amazing to hear these messages, and so empowering for ourselves in you know, moving forward into a brand new life. And you know, the ancestral bees letting us know that we're grateful, we're acknowledging the divine love that is within us, and everything in our lives, and what we're doing and what we're achieving and what we're receiving at this time, and you know, balancing out any pain that we've experienced from the past. And I am empowered with Kurrawong, letting us know that when we go beyond painful experiences, we can experience life again the way that it's supposed to be, in a more happy and balancing way. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. I love to hear from you guys, and thank you for your subscribes and likes and shares. It really means a lot. Being an artist like myself, and you know, these being seen really is dependent on you guys. And so thank you so much, and I hope everybody has a wonderful week with these 2, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.